Daniel Ricciardo on same page as Max Verstappen as McLaren star outlines hope for 2022. Daniel Ricciardo is looking forward to the introduction of new rules for the upcoming Formula One season, with the Australian driver hoping they lead to an increase in overtaking. The incoming regulations will see a switch to a ground effect-dominated formula, which should allow drivers to race closer together. Ricciardo has earned a reputation as one of the sport's best overtakers, and is hopeful that new regulations will play to his strengths. "Hopefully it increases it," he replied when asked about the new rules and whether it will make passing harder for him. "In years past, for sure I've still made some moves, but I haven't consistently every race been the guy doing the best move 20 times a year. And it's kind of due to how the cars were at times. They were so fast, you braked so late and it was so hard to get close to another car. So, to kind of pull off moves was just tricky. So now, if this allows us to be closer and have a little bit more of a braking zone, I hope we have to brake a little bit earlier in these cars and buy ourselves a bit more distance to work with. I think that will promote not only more overtaking but more chance for the big DRICC to come back." Reigning champion Max Verstappen is also happy about the rule change, insisting it will lead to more close racing. "I think those rules are just the result of new owners listening to teams and drivers," he said back in 2020. "They hear that it is really difficult to overtake and that we want more close racing. We need the racing in F1 to be more exciting and drivers to be able to follow other cars more closely, and not that qualifying is the deciding factor during a race weekend as it is right now. Take a look at the MotoGP Championship for example. Even if you qualify 10th, you can still win the race. That hardly happens in Formula One, just because it's so difficult to follow other cars at most of our circuits. I think that's why the new regulations are coming in from 2022 onwards. And whether those new rules will slow Mercedes down or not, you can't even say that at this moment." Verstappen is set to renew his rivalry with Lewis Hamilton this season, having beaten the Brit in controversial fashion last year to win his first F1 title. Reflecting on his win, Verstappen recently told The Guardian, "I couldn't believe it, especially after the whole race when everything looked like it was not happening. Suddenly your emotions swing 100% the other way. So crazy. It's what we had worked for my whole life. It was always my dream. Once you cross the line you realize you finally have it. I jumped out of the car and all the mechanics and my dad were running towards me.